a passion or edema Galamsey. Na oyobi a chese of late no wa kanga hun sempi in relation to Galamsey any yensu yes no any illegal mining hun sensem na ene de osan e de abetu dwane se o se omampani John Dramani Mahama ene oti akonya so yi o se emra na owo opposition na mampeni sheda ekasa bebre ekase NPP government omonye say this is the direction they should take towards getting us into a Galamsey free society or a Galamsey free Ghana na enne no o say obehu say mampeni John Dramani Mahama abetina akunya so no he's not actively doing anything proactively to show say in some na all can no opposition no chese niam bi opese or taking action towards na na our opposition no they will call on the NPP government say NPP government should do this NPP government should do that and so ene ono wa betina akunya so no ye hu nia oye empo ya ti say yesin ya forming Galamsey board bi Okatakyie Afrifa kan wonsem bebre yentie within that interview I'll have it with Paul Adom Ochre.
And we have put in here that 4 things that this government ought to have been doing, but they are refusing to do. One, when they were in opposition, they told us that the Akufo-Addo government should declare a state of emergency on all mining activities, so that all of us will come to the drawing board and have a conversation. All stakeholders will have a conversation. Then we will have a cogent plan as to how we can extract our minerals without having to destroy our water bodies and our forests. Yet, more than 100 days in office, the president is unable to declare the state of emergency, which his government was the one telling Akufo-Addo to do. Then in opposition, they told Akufo-Addo to do. We are telling the president that if you can use 3 months to be able to establish a Galamsey board led by Sami Gyamfi.
What's Galamsey board?
The one Sami Gyamfi.
There's a gold board.
I call it Galamsey board because in one breath you say you are against illegal mining. Yet the activities of this Galamsey board is inadvertently going to promote Galamsey.
How?
You say that you want 12 tons of gold every month, but then you are not buying this gold from the big mining companies like Newmont, like Anglo Gold. You are going to buy it from small-scale miners, quote unquote, small-scale miners. When you and I know, Paul, that when we say small-scale mining in this country, it is only on paper that they are described small-scale miners. But the moment they get to the ground, none of the activities are in conformity with the rules that governs the activities of small-scale mining. So when you are a government, that sets up a board which says that they are going to target, the main object of the board is to buy gold, and the target is to get more than 12 tons of gold every month from small-scale mining. What are you doing? You are indirectly promoting the illegal mining activities, period. Now, beyond that, we are asking the government that LI 2462, which allows people to enter into our forest and destroy it. Now, when they were in opposition, they argued vehemently that the Akufo-Addo's government should repeal, they didn't say amend, repeal that law. Unfortunately, it looks like they are not being honest with themselves. Right after being voted for, this government say, oh, we've come, we've seen. So for that matter, we are no longer going to repeal the LI 2462, but we are going to amend it. And we are telling President Mahama and his government that that is not part of the social contract that you signed with us. You gave us your word that when you come in, you are going to repeal the LI 2462. Paul, beyond the LI 2462, there is another LI 2404, which stipulates exactly what this government ought to be doing, and yet it is not doing. It has even gone ahead under Section 6 and Section 8 to prescribe how excavators, earth-moving machines, needs to be documented, needs to be tracked, needs to be engraved with serial numbers, unique serial numbers. And even in the event that a person refuses to do same, when they are arrested, they must be put before the law court. And yet this government is refusing to do same. And we are saying that we are going to use the RTI bill right to the Minerals Commission on grounds of the LI 2404 to provide us with the number of excavators, which so far they've been able to engrave per the law that is supposed to help them operate. So clearly this government is unwilling to fight the illegal mining activity.
So is somebody benefiting from it?
So at this point,
they
yes,
make money from it?
Of course, you know, Paul. When we started this fight and we got to the Galamsey...
okay, hold on. Let me ask you. Hold on. Let's do a scenario. I'm a politician. I'm a big minister. How do I make money from Galamsey?
Oh, when you... Paul, it's very clear. Those who are the Galamsey side, they know that when people are being given concession, even without you getting into it directly, when you are being given concession...
So I can go to Minerals Commission and say, give concession to Afrifa is my friend.
You don't even sometimes need to go to the Minerals Commission. You have to go to a certain DCE, go to a certain regional minister, and you'll be given a concession area for which you'll be paying dividends to the minister or the DCE. This is trite knowledge.
You mean illegal dividends?
Illegal dividends. This is trite knowledge.
For getting the concession.
That is the more reason the ministers and the DCEs are unable, that is for want of a better word, to fight the Galamsey because they are benefiting directly from it. And we can pretend as though we don't know that these people...
So they bring cash to the minister?
They bring cash to the ministers and the DCEs. Oh. And this is knowledge at the Galamsey site. Everybody knows it.
Oh, so that's why they are so confident when the police can, they say, oh, clear off from here.
Because the DCU or the MCE is the head of DISEC or MUSEC. So clearly, if the police is going to arrest them...
What is DISEC? So
DISEC, that is the District Security Council. The DCE is the head of it. And if the DCE is
like the
benefiting...
National Security Council is headed by the president.
Yes.
The regional is headed by a regional minister.
Then we have the district, which is headed by the DCE.
Okay.
But the DCE is the one in charge of the DISEC. And if he is benefiting from it, why will he have the political will or the energy to fight that menace? And this is knowledge when you go to Galamsey side.
But Galamsey, is it that lucrative to pay DCE, pay minister, pay...
Paul, I am telling you that they are able to buy excavators worth about $300,000. And they tell us that within 2 weeks, they will be able to make more than $300,000 within 2 weeks. And in a month, they'll be able to double that amount.
Who is buying the gold?
The government now says that they are going to buy it by the passing of the Galamsey Board Act. They are clearly going to buy it. Now, it is no longer a place for a liberal market. The government is going to, it's a state-controlled market. Prior to that, it was being bought by all manner of people. That is through illegal means. So you and I know that when people are benefiting from illegal activities, and I keep on saying that it is the politicians and the traditional authorities that are engaged in these activities. Clearly, we know when you go to the Galamsey side, they will tell you themselves. And national security is here. They've gathered enough intelligence. There's a document that I was working with prior to the elections. It was a national security document that they had gone around the whole country, done a survey on the people that are involved in illegal mining activities. And yet, they will not fight it because these are the very people that sponsor their campaigns one way or the other.
Oh, you mean that Akufo-Addo's National Security had done that work?
Oh, they have done that work.
Oh, that's a
and
good that's a good
there is a document on it which shows which concession site belongs to who or what. And yet, they won't work with it because they are benefiting from it themselves.
But when people come to contribute to politicians for campaign, do they say that this money is from Galamsey?
Oh, clearly they will know it's coming from Galamsey because Galamsey people are known. They are known. They are not even hiding. They are known when you go to Kumasi.
You mean those in the pit digging who look very...
They are not the people that owns the big money. How can they get money to go and buy an excavator worth 300,000? President John Dramani Mahama told us that the Akufo-Addo's government is aware of the people that are engaged in illegal mining activities. And for that matter, when they deported Aisha One, President Mahama vehemently spoke against it, that law was discriminatory, the act of deporting Aisha One, when in actual fact we are prosecuting Ghanaians to face the full rigors of the law. That is discriminatory. Now he comes to power. Not only is he deporting 1 or 2 of Chinese people, but he says through his Minister of Interior, Mutaka, that now his foreign policy, when it comes to the fight against Galamsey, is that when he arrests any non-citizen who is engaged in any illegal activity destroying our waters and forests, all he would do is to put the person on the plane and say, bye-bye, thank you for coming to destroy our waters. You go and enjoy all the largesse that you've been able to accrue from illegal activities. And we are saying that Article 17...
I thought that was terrible.
In fact, that act per itself is affront to the Constitution.
Yes,
when you read Article 17, 2 and 3...
Let's talk about 17. Godfrey Dami tells me that when he was Attorney General, he jailed so many Chinese on Galamsey.
Right.
He did. So those Chinese in prison now, they'll let them go?
Now, you, Paul, you've studied law. One of the theories of punishment, when it comes to punishing people, is not just punishing of the person who has committed the act, but it's also serving as a deterrent for people who want to engage in such act.
The prohibition.
So when you are a president, and your foreign policy is that when you arrest Chinese, when you arrest Burkinabes, you are not going to prosecute them. You are not interested in prosecuting them. But you are going to put them on the plane and send them away. What you are indirectly telling them is that the state laws are not going to work. So when I do it and you deport me, I will go and tell Paul that Paul, go to Ghana. It is very lucrative. When they catch you, they won't jail you. And for us, that is discriminatory, which the Constitution and Article 17 clearly speaks against.
But why did Muntaka say that?
Because they have formed Galamsey, Ghana-China Galamsey Board Association.
What's that?
Just recently at Kempinski. We saw Ibrahim Mahama.
The president's brother?
The president's brother. And the crying minister, what's his name?
Crying minister?
The one who cries.
Who is that?
Amakofibua. So,
oh, he's crying?
Yes,
oh,
yes,
yeah, you mean the video that
he was crying?
But he was crying about Atkontama and he wasn't crying about Galamsey.
I mean, that for me is a crocodile tears. Because he comes from Elembele.
Yes, I know.
That minister comes from Elembele.
Yeah.
And Galamsey activities has virtually ruined the whole of Elembele.
So that's why he was crying?
No. All this while he has not been crying. Now he comes in, and because he understands the psyche of the Ghanaian people, he wants to use this as a means of socially engineering them that we are working is so hard for us. But we tell the minister, if you believe that the activities of Galamsey is so devastating to which you are crying, you go to cabinet, you sit with the president. You should be crying to the president. So President Tenenakache said the activities of Galamsey is so damning, is so devastating, it's an existential threat. And for that matter, the president should go ahead and issue the state of emergency. You are not doing the same. You call a press conference and you come and cry. As soon as you informe, as solve Galamsey issue. Sabi Akufo the niti sopa ko be hunu su. Enso ka che Akufo the so afeli. I don't want to answer. So Paul, we are saying that the government
in that famous speech, did he cite Galamsey?
Yes,
the
clearly.
famous Akufo-Addo's final session address.
If you say Akufo-Addo has failed.
No, he said that yours is a way not to govern. He told Akufo-Addo that Akufo-Addo's way of
and you think crying is the way to govern? That is a weak leadership that he exhibited right
So
there.
you think that the NDC government doesn't have the political... Because
it doesn't have the
George
political.
said within 1 week, Akufo-Addo can stop Galamsey.
And within 1 week, they are not willing to stop Galamsey. They will not. They are unwilling.
Is it that they found out since they came to government that is difficult, or in opposition they knew that they can't
They knew that they cannot fight it because one way or the other. John Mahama had been in government from 2009 as the vice president, in 2013 as the president. He knew the situation and he knows that this activity of going to arrest people, burning excavators, doing A, B, C, and D, it is not the way to solve the issue. Because Akufo-Addo had been